So this tutorial is on solving proportions. I've given you a simple proportion of 6 over 2 is equal to 4 over x. And keep in mind that our goal here is to figure out what x is equal to. So what we want to do first is we want to cross multiply. Now this is the first method I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you two different methods. So when we say cross multiply, we're going to multiply diagonally. So I'm going to start by multiplying 4 times 2, and 4 times 2 is 8. So we'll start there. And let's say that this is going to be equal to 6 times x. Now notice I'm multiplying diagonally across this ratio, or across this proportion. And 6 times x is 6x. So once we get to this point, we can go ahead and we can solve this simple equation, which is 8 equals 6x. In our class, we divide our problem in half so we can work on equal sides. And we want to isolate our variable. So in order to do that, we have to use an inverse operation of multiplying by 6. So we're going to divide by 6 on both sides. So divide by 6. Law of algebra, whatever I do to one side, I must do to the other. These 6's, 6 divided by 6 is 1. 1 times x is x. And that is going to be equal to 8 divided by 6. And 8 divided by 6 would be 1 and 1/3. We could also say 1.3 repeating. That would be perfectly fine as well. So that is the first, and that is the simplest method. Now, there is I hesitate to say, but a shortcut. And if I rewrite this, so we'll write this as 6 over 2 is equal to 4 over x. This is kind of what we call the butterfly method. So my students really love this method. This is where we say, okay, this is the variable that I want, and we're going to take the number that is above it or below it, and we're going to go ahead and cross multiply. So when we cross multiply, we're basically doing 4 times 2, and we're then going to immediately divide that by 6 to get back to our variable. So 4 times 2, and then we are going to divide that by 6. So 4 times 2 is 8. 8 divided by 6 would be that 1 and 1/3, or 1.3 repeating. And so it's really not a shortcut that we're doing anything different, but it is a simpler way to show this. A lot of students will do this on a calculator. They'll just grab 4, they'll multiply it by 2, they'll divide it by 6, then they just hit equals. I like to teach this after we've learned the cross multiplying method, because the cross multiplying method is also the method that we use to establish if something's proportional.